Hi, this is Mrs. Brode, and we are going to start our unit on angles and triangles. So we're going to start with talking about 5 different types of angles that we're going to see throughout the course of this unit. And the first one, by definition, says a measure of 90 degrees exactly, and that is going to be a right angle. So when we see a right angle, the way that we usually know in a picture, if we can't measure it ourselves, that it's a right angle is that it has a little square in the corner of that angle. That tells us that it measures exactly 90 degrees. So we want to look for that little symbol to know that it's 90 degrees. Then we've got a measure that is more than 0, but less than 90 degrees. And we call that acute. And some people like to say, oh, it's such a cute little angle. It's small. It's less than 90 degrees. So it would look something like this. Then we have a measure that is greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. And those are called obtuse angles. So we know 90 is a right angle, so an obtuse angle would look something like this. You can see that it's more than that 90 degrees, but it's not quite 180 degrees. Then we've got exactly 180 degrees. So that is just called a straight angle. It's what we think of as a line, okay? So it's a straight angle, just like that, 180 degrees, if we were measuring from side to side. And then the last word that we're going to talk about quite a bit throughout the rest of 8th grade math and then on into other maths is angles that have the same measures. If angles have the same measures, we say that those two angles are congruent. Same, congruent. So if I were looking at this angle right here, I would know that's 90 degrees. If I see another angle, even though it's facing in a different direction, but it's got that little square, I know it's also 90 degrees. And those two angles are the same. So those two angles are congruent. So that is 5 vocabulary words that you do want to learn. There is a lot of vocabulary in this short unit. So here's another vocabulary, the definition of what a triangle actually is. And it is a 3-sided polygon. So tri means 3. And then the other thing that we want to know about a triangle is that the angles add up to 180 degrees. So all the inside angles add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at this problem. In triangles, so we'll use this little symbol a lot instead of writing the word out. In triangle ABC, if the measure of angle A is 90 and the measure of angle C is 30, find the measure of angle B. So if you notice in the picture, they didn't actually tell us that angle A was 90, but we know because it had that little square in the corner that it was 90. So they want us to find angle B. So what we just learned is that all the inside angles should add up to 180 degrees. So I know I've got angle A is 90, angle C is 30, and then I'm not real sure what B is yet, but I know that if it's added to the other two, then it should all add up to 180. So this is where those solving equations that we learned way back in Unit 3 is still super important. We know we're going to add up these two. We get 120 plus x equals 180. And then we have to remember how to solve for x. And that would be by subtracting 120 from each side so that we get x by itself. And we can see that angle B is going to equal 60. And we want to put the little degree symbol on there. That's like our units for angles. So we can also check it out. We can add 60 over here to the inside angle, and we know that 30 plus 60 is 90, plus 90 more is 180. So therefore we have our 3 angles to our triangle. So next we have something called the angle-angle similarity criterion. And what this says is that if 2 angles of one triangle are congruent, remember that means same, to 2 angles of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. So similar triangles, this is what they mean. They mean that they are the same shape and have the same angles, but they could be different sizes. Okay, so we could have a right angle down here with 60 and 30, and then a really big triangle down here, still 90, this one's still 60, this one's still 30. Those are similar triangles. They have the same shape. They're both right triangles. They have the same angles, but they are not the same size. So those are called similar. All right, so we are going to figure out how to solve for the missing angle, how to find the missing angle in a triangle. And we're going to do that by writing equations and solving them. So it says whenever you see this, the M of angle C, that means the measure of angle C, the measure of angle A, the measure of angle T, and all of that. So we can look at this picture and we can see what's given to us. We can see that they have given us angle C is 38 degrees. We can also see that they've given us a little square in the corner of A, and if you remember, that means that it is in 90 degrees. But we need to find the angle T. So we're going to write an equation for this, and remember our equation is similar to what we did on the first page, where you add up all 3 angles and they should equal 180. So we're going to add up the 38 plus the 90 plus the x, because we don't know what that angle is, but we know that it should total 180 degrees. So I'll go ahead and combine like terms. 38 plus 90 right here is 128 plus x equals 180. Remember, our goal with solving equations is to get x by itself. So we would subtract 128 from both sides, and we would see that x equals 52 degrees. So I'm going to put that over here. And we do always want to check, because remember that we've said that they should add up to 180. So let's just go ahead. You can do it with a calculator. You can go ahead and add up all 3 of these numbers, 38, 90, and 52, and just double check to make sure that we get 180. And we do. So angle T is 52 degrees. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Number 2 looks like we're missing 2 angles. We're missing the O and we're missing the G. So we do know that angle D is 29. So our equation would be adding up all of these inside angles. So 29 plus x plus another x equals 180 degrees. So again, solving equations, super important. We can combine like terms, And we can see that we're going to have 29 plus 2x equals 180. So I go through my steps. I want to get the 2x by itself, so I subtract 29 from both sides. So it'll cancel out on the left. And I am left with 2x equals 151. So then again, I want to get x by itself. And the way I do that is to get the 2 away from it, which we know we can do that by dividing each side by 2. And we get x equals 75.5 degrees. Is it okay to have half a degree? Absolutely, it's an angle. It might not be perfect. So if we look, we can see that both O and G are represented by x degrees. So that means each of those angles is going to be 75.5. So this is just another good check. I would plug all of this into our calculator, 28 plus 75.5 plus 75.5, and just verify that you do get 180 degrees because the interior angle should always equal 180 degrees. All right, so let's move on to this one. We can see it might be a little more going on in this one. So we do know that C right here is 25 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. But if you look now at U and B, they're not just X. U is 4X and B is X minus 5. We do still know that all of these should add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to start with C. That's 25 plus U, which is 4X, plus B, which is X minus 5. And again, all of that has to equal 180 degrees. So I can't stress again how important it is to know how to combine like terms and how to solve equations. You're going to see that throughout the course of math from now through high school through college. So we see 4x plus x. That tells us that we have 5x. And then we see 25. Remember that sign in front of it is super important. Minus 5 is plus 20. So 5x plus 20 equals 180. Now we can continue to solve, and to get the 5x by itself, we would do the opposite of adding 20, which is subtracting 20. And we get 5x equals 160. So now we need x by itself. So we are going to divide each side by 5. And we get x equals 32. So is that our answer? No. If you remember, U is 4x. So now we have to take that x value and plug it back in here to U to find 4 times x, 4 times 32, which tells us that U, if you do that in your calculator, 4 times 32 is 128 degrees. We need to do the same thing over here. We've got 32, we plug it in for B, which is 32 minus 5, and we get 27 degrees. So these are the problems that you especially want to double check, because somewhere we could have made a mistake, somewhere along the way. There's lots of steps to this problem. So we're going to add 25, 128, and 27. And it does indeed equal 180 degrees. So super important things to know for solving for missing angles and triangles. All the inside angles add up to 180 degrees. And you've got to know how to combine like terms and how to solve equations. All right, so we're going to move on to the very last part. On the first page, we talked about the angle criterion, where we would see if angles were similar or triangles were similar or not. We want to determine if the triangles below are similar. So, if they are similar, we can see if we have 105 here, we would think this would be 105. 43 here, we would think this was 43, and if 34 here, we would think this was 34. So what I would do is I would take triangle A, and I would do what we've been doing at the top, and I would add up all the angles. We'll just call this X right now. 105 plus 43 plus X equals 180. What we're looking for is we're looking for that angle X to be 34 degrees. If it is 34 degrees, then we know we have similar triangles. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add these together, and I get 148 plus X equals 180. So I'd subtract 148 from both sides, and I would get X equals 32. Is 32 the same as 34? No, which means that these are not similar triangles. Because if this was given that this was 105, if I did the math over here, that would make this angle 41. And if you remember, the definition says they have to have two angles in common. So that would be a no. So you can't just put no on an assignment. You would need to show us some work to back up that no or that yes. Some justification that it does follow the angle criterion or it does not. Okay. So let's look at this next problem. We got 85 and 85. So that means if we've got 40 here, we would expect to have 40 over there. So what we want to do is we want to check that out. The other thing you could do, if we know this one's 55, we would expect X over here to be 55. So it really doesn't matter which one you pick. But I'll work with the big triangle. I'm going to do the same thing again. 85 plus 55 plus X should equal 180. And if they are similar triangles, I should get 40 for my answer. So I'm going to go ahead and add those up. I get 140 plus X equals 180. Subtract 140. And I do get X equals 40. Which means that they do have two angles in common, which means this third one would also be in common. So we would say yes. This triangle does support the angle criterion.